Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and it's once again time for us to talk about some new stuff that's coming out for Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. Now granted, these were already announced back in October of last year, but now that a lot of previews have been released already, I think it's time for us to sit down, take a look at what's out, speculate a little bit, and build up some hype for the new RPM Team Pack and the brand new Arsenal Pack. So yeah, even though these new additions to the game have already been announced for months, they only just started the previews not long ago, and that's usually when I like to do these type of previews of sorts for the sets. So it's something to look at, something to really get excited for, and then for me to kind of give you my early opinions on before I cover them on the channel one way or another. Now, not all the previews have been released yet as of when this video is going up, so definitely a lot more to expect. If Renegade ever wishes to send me some early previews to share with you guys, hey, I'm right here. You know where to find me, homegamerdad@gmail.com. That'd be awesome. And then, of course, anybody out there that have already not pre-ordered this set, which I'm sure there's not that many of you out there, or maybe there are, I don't know, who knows? I only just pre-ordered mine about a week or so ago anyway. Down in the description section below, you will find the affiliate links for these sets. Head on over there, pick up these games if you really wish to add them to your Heroes of the Grid collection, or at least your growing Guardian system. All of that does go a long, long way to helping the channel grow and is very much appreciated by me. But if you still are unsure and you want to see what's coming up, at least with some new stuff, let's head on over to the website and check out a few of hand-picked of sorts previews that I want to talk to you guys about and really get an idea of what the new Rangers, the new Arsenal set, and the Forever Red pack are all about. So now if you're on the Renegade website, there will be a few different ways that these things are listed on it. Each one of the packs will be there individually, and if you add them both to your cart, you will still get the pre-order bonuses. But of course, there is a single page right here that features both of them, make it a little easier. Hit the button, add them both, you're done and done. Plus, this is where all your previews are. So as you can see right here, we have RPM pack and the Arsenal pack, which is awesome. Some descriptions right here, the boxes, what comes in each of them. This is just shrunk down, you know, it won't be this small on your screen. And right up here, we have the very first thing that they show off are the pre-order bonuses that you're going to get. The metal coins and then some Forever Red cards. Now, these cards right here are very interesting because there's another new thing. A lot of this set, like between the RPM and the Arsenal pack, and well, maybe not RPM, but definitely Forever Red and the Arsenal pack, give a greater deck construction feel to the game, where you're swapping out cards from an existing deck with other cards in order to kind of go more towards your play style or a way that you want to be able to build your Rangers. Adds significantly more customization to the game, and I think is a really cool next evolution for not only Heroes of the Grid, but any future Guardian games that'll be coming out. Before I get into the cards, I just want to show off this right here. These are your metal lead Ranger coins or leader of whatever battle you have. You can use these in Mission Critical if you want. This is pretty much something that you would put on one of your Rangers, heroes, whatever, in order to represent they are the leader of this battle. And a lot of you out there know that there are cards that specifically interact with the leader. Something that happens that the leader has to take the brunt attack of and whatever. It's metal. It's all aesthetic. There's no actual gameplay significance to this. You can use anything you want to be the leader. It's just something cool to have, to hold, to be like, I got this thing. I don't know. Looks pretty cool. I want to see it in person. I want to feel it for myself. I want to see how big it is or whatever. I may use it. I may not, but I will still have it because it's a cool pre-order bonus. All right, let's talk the other bonus, Forever Red cards. These are cards that can go into any Red Ranger deck. Any Red Ranger you have at all can have what I'm only guessing is a swap. You can take something. So let's take Heroic Resolve right here, which not only do I want to show because it's a 1 shield card. I have a 1, 2, and 3 shield cards I want to show off, but look who's on this picture. Does anybody recognize that Ranger? No, because that Ranger has technically never been in any live action. This is what Season 2 of Power Rangers should have been. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers should have been in new uniforms. They got their Zords, but they didn't get the new uniforms. Dairanger, I believe this is, something along that ways. This is actually where the White Ranger gets his outfit from and everything. So awesome that they included this particular Ranger for the Forever Ranger set to show that there are multiple Red Rangers out there, many that haven't even appeared in the games yet, many that haven't appeared in the shows yet, anywhere. I mean, this is obviously a comic book image. I just love the fact that this guy is here. So awesome. But so the way that I believe this works, and I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comments section below, is that you take your Red Ranger deck and you swap it shield for shield. So you would take, just for example, Jason, Mighty Morphin Red. You would take a 1 shield card, maybe the Blade Blaster, remove that from the deck, and you would add a 1 shield card into it. And Heroic Resolve here, 0 cost reaction card. Play this card after any ranger rolls dice outside of an attack, which is, I guess, maneuvers or defense or anything along that ways. Convert 1 miss or single hit result to a double hit result. That's pretty good, but that's also very situational. So that's kind of the swap. Now you've started to customize your deck. Rather than Jason going in with the Blade Blaster, he's now going into the battle with this card. Next, we have a 2 shield card, Stand Together, 1 energy reaction. I believe most of these are maneuvers and reactions. There might be a few attacks here and there. Play this card when any ranger suffers damage. Reduce that damage by an amount equal to the number of rangers in this battle, which is awesome for solo play because that will always be a reduction of 3 because you'll always have 3 rangers in the battle. Now, if you're playing 4, 5, 6 player games, this encourages you to take more rangers into battle. You don't really want to have a solo ranger run in or a solo Red Ranger at all because this won't do really much of anything. It'll reduce it by 1, but you're paying 1 energy for a reduction of 1? Not so great. I'd rather pay that 1 energy for a reduction of 3 or more depending on what you play as. And this is a 2 shield card. So again, I'm just guessing here from what I've read on the boards and everything like that, you would remove any 2 shield card from your Red Ranger deck and replace it with this one. Now there are 10, at least they showed off 10 Forever Red cards, so that's a lot of customization for you, especially if you want to have a team of only Red Rangers, but come on. If you're going to do this, if you're going to be playing with the Forever Red pack, you need to have the card with the namesake on it, Forever Red. Now, it's a 3 shield card, so you got to replace it with something. This could replace a power weapon or maybe some other very powerful card, but for 2 energy maneuver card, until the end of this battle, until the end of battle, that's very fact, remember that, each time a ranger performs an attack, that may re-roll any number of dice during that attack. Could you imagine playing this like the very first card in a game? Now, in a sense, the rangers are going to lose that first turn because it is a maneuver card, but to have the ability to get 1 re-roll for the entire battle on any attack from any ranger, it's only 1 re-roll after that, but still, that could make a big difference between a complete whiff and knocking out an enemy. Fantastic. You are using your 2 energy in your pool to do it, but it's just so awesome. I love the artwork of all the Red Rangers. I love the artwork through the entire Forever Red set. I can't wait to check out the rest of them and see how they work. And maybe, just maybe, and I see a lot of this going around as well, we'll get other Forever colors in the future. Forever Blue, Forever Pink, Forever Yellow, Forever Black, Forever Green, Rangers Forever. So now going down, you'll be able to see what has currently been previewed. There's still a lot more to come. Trini hasn't had any of her cards shown off yet. You still have red, blue, and yellow for RPM to be shown off as of this video. I mean, by the time you watch that, who knows what's going to be shown at this point. And then, of course, the Void Knight from the Arsenal pack, which is a villain that they threw in there, which I get because, Izzy is in there for Dino Fury. But that's really it. I'm not sure why Void Knight is in the Arsenal pack, but I'm not also going to complain because I really liked Void Knight. I liked him as a villain, and I liked his story arc. But we're going to start with what's revealed so far with the RPM Rangers. I'm going to show off each Ranger individual abilities, and then maybe a card or 2 from good old Dylan and our friendly Green Ranger. Here he is right there, Ziggy. Now, I am going to be covering this in a lot more detail when I actually do the team breakdown for RPM Rangers, which probably will come. I think this set releases in March, so expect that maybe April or May or so. But here we go. We got Scott right here, Ranger Operator Series Red. Remember, that is what the RPM Rangers are called. They are Ranger Operators. And I like his Assault Burst ability because once per battle, before rolling a dice for an attack, you may add 3 dice to that attack, skip the next Ranger turn in battle. Now, I've been seeing a lot of division amongst the fans out there about how this card actually reads. For me personally, I believe this is strictly Scott's cards. If you play an attack from Ranger Operator Series Red, you can then activate his once per battle ability to add 3 dice to that attack, skipping the next Ranger turn. Why do I think that? Because it says you may. The word you there, to me, implies that the card is speaking, quote unquote speaking, directly to the player, where players generally only have 1 Ranger controlling at a time. So you do this. So you may add, you may do this, you and your cards. If it was for any ranger, it would actually specify, you know, any ranger's attack or anything like that. So I think this is just for Scott. It's just for his attacks, and it supercharges it pretty much, adding 3 dice to it, but you do skip the next turn. However, if you play this, if you wait to the very, very end of the battle, the very last turn for the rangers, and you use this ability, that's a free 3 dice. And then we have Flynn McAllister, our Scottish Ranger Operator, Series Blue. Time burst, once per battle after any ranger's turn in battle. When the ranger plays exactly 1 card, they may take an additional turn. During that turn, rangers may only play maneuver cards. Fun setup right there if you have the Forever Red card. You know, you have somebody play a card, but then you may immediately play Forever Red, 2 energy, and now everybody gets a reroll, which is awesome. But I'm not going to worry about that too much. It's a cool ability, and again, I'll go over it more later when I cover the team, but they haven't revealed any cards yet for Flynn, and a lot of people are out there are like, he has to have a card that says, I'm Scottish. I agree with that, and I hope that it's in there. A lot of people are confident that it is, but let's keep in mind that our SPD Green Ranger friend Bridge did not have a card that referenced buttery or buttery toast or anything like that, which I think was a complete miss. Now, Dr. K had, you know, it's not spandex, so it's fun seeing their catchphrases and then little quirks and everything about the characters that show up within the series show up in the cards. That's awesome. Him having I'm Scottish fits in. What that ability is going to be, I couldn't even think about what they would put on it. But there's no guarantee that it's going to be in the set. And in the future, once it's released, you guys let me know down in the comments if you're happy that it got put in and with a good ability. You're upset that it didn't, and what you think its ability could be. All depends on what they're going to be actually releasing for Flynn in the future. Summer Lansdowne, Ranger Operator Series Yellow, Energy Burst. Once per battle, when any ranger spends at least 3 energy to play a card, you may do my favorite ability ever in the game, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. I love that ability. That ability is so good. It's a make or break on so many cards that I've had. I'm not sure exactly what type of other abilities she's going to have when they reveal her cards, but I know it's going to be absolutely amazing. I want to know her. I want to know their Zords. I just want to know everything about the RPM Rangers because it is seriously like one of my favorite series ever in all of Power Rangers lore. And you get yourself a gold and a silver ranger in this, which are not in the RPM pack, by the way. I'm hoping maybe we will see a gold and silver set come out later with Gem and Gemma in it. And so much anticipation for this. It's going to be so good. All right, let's switch it on over to some Rangers that have had card reveals. I'm only going to show 1 off from each of them. You guys can go check them out for yourselves and tell me what you think. Well, let's start with Ziggy Grover here. Amazing. Ranger Operator Series Green. He didn't mean to get it, but he had to get it at the time because otherwise he was going to get beaten by all of the, I don't even remember what the foot soldiers were called for RPM. Erratic Teleportation. At any time, you may discard 1 card from your hand to move your figure to an outer location of your choice. You may use this ability in battle you are not participating in, meaning that Ziggy can bounce in and out of fights at least 1 time, you know, in the middle of a battle and whatnot. It's a cool thought of an ability, but problem is for me as a solo player, Ziggy's power does absolutely nothing because the characters will always move together and they will always stay together. Solo play, you need to have your 3 Rangers always move as a group and they will always continue to move as a group. This doesn't really work well for solo play. Now that just means I won't use his ability, but there are other cards that Ziggy had that kind of rely on him bouncing in and out of battles as well. So sadly, unless my buddy Paul comes and plays with me, which I'm pretty sure he really wants to do for the RPM set, I don't think I'd be using Ziggy in a solo mode. So hopefully we'll find a time for Paul to get over here so we can both play RPM for you guys, and then one of us can play the Zigmeister. And I have to show off this card. I have to. As someone who is a huge fan of the Bulk and Skull cards that I did an entire playthrough of with Bulk, Skull, and Ninjor, Chansey Chop is back, guys. I can't believe they brought back Chansey Chop. This is great. I would have never thought to see any of Bulk and Skull's cards reissued to like main team Rangers in the future, but this is great. It also gives me hope that maybe in the future we'll see other things, like maybe Bulk's like belly flop coming for somebody. I can't think of who would have that, but I want to see it. And just finger guns and just all taking a nap. Ah, man, I can see so many great cards from their sets being reused in other Rangers just because those personalities exist in other Rangers, in other teams. So I just wanted to show off Chansey Chop again. I'm not going to read it again. I'll go over it when we go over RPM, but oh man, just so much fun to see this. Oh, Dylan has one of the most unique mechanics I have yet to see in this game, and it's all about cards removed from the game. Ranger Operator Series Black, Defiant Defense. Once per battle, when any Ranger reveals a card for defense, any Ranger, you may choose one card from your hand and remove it from the game to add 5 shields to the revealed card. One, that's a massive defense. That's going to block basically anything any monster has to throw at a Ranger and most boss attacks. But again, you're removing a card from the field. If you read through all of Dylan's cards, a lot of his cards power up the more cards he has removed from the game. Now, on one hand, that's dangerous. That's less cards Dylan has in his deck in order to be able to take hits from attacks or be able to pull and whatnot. But it's also like a deck thinning idea as well. You can get rid of cards and then you have the ability to pull better cards faster. There is also this card, Defy Fate. And I'm assuming there's going to be 2 of these in the deck because it is a 2-shield card. I didn't see any shield differences between any of the Rangers here, so I'm pretty sure they're all 3/4/3 style type A. 0-cost maneuver, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice, my favorite. Then choose 1 combat card that is removed from the game and return it to the top of the corresponding Ranger's deck. So this works out for pretty much any card that has been removed from the game at that time. And then I ask you down there, what if we had Dylan in the same battle with Nate, and Nate has used the legendary arsenal and has used a weapon from a different Ranger? Technically, that's removed from the game, yes? So then you could pull back that weapon and give it to another Ranger, right? I know it says of the corresponding Ranger deck, but technically it never started in the game to begin with. Does that mean you just can't pull that one back? Does that mean that that one weapon that Nate used in the legendary arsenal really is gone forever? What if it's a red weapon and you have, Scott on the team? He's not a red Ranger from, say, Blade Blaster. He's not MMPR red, but he still is a red Ranger, and that could go back on top. I just want to know a little bit more of the logistics for this card before I really get into it, but I can see this having some really awesome effects for the game that have never been done before. Pulling cards back that have been removed from the game so you don't have to worry about losing them forever. Oh, man. And it's 0 cost. You can just do it. Dylan, man. Dylan, you're going to be amazing to play with. All right, jumping on over to the Arsenal pack, seeing what new weapons and upgrades, I guess you can say, you'll be getting for your Rangers. Trini Kwan's Dragon Armor Ranger. Now, I was very confused about this when I was doing the Boom Studio comic stuff. You guys informed me and whatnot about it. The Black Dragon itself was a robot that the Rangers defeated, I want to say twice, something along that ways. But then Trini and possibly Billy or somebody else, something like that, repurposed it into an actual armor. So Trini is wearing the suit of the Black Dragon and becoming basically super crazy, super powered. This is all within the Shattered Grid storyline and everything. Something I really need to, again, go and watch. At the start of each battle, place a Dragon Claw token, can't wait to see what that looks like, on an enemy card of your choice. Rangers may ignore the guard keyword when targeting that card until the end of battle. I feel like a lot of her cards are going to be ignoring guard. She's just going to be able to get around card and do massive amounts of damage with her dragon abilities. Now, no cards have been released yet, so I'm not going to be able to show anything off. All speculation, but this is technically what this is the third time Trini has shown up within Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, because you have her as MMPR Yellow, Omega Yellow, and now Dragon Armor, which is awesome. You could have a Forever Trini set, why not? Do that as a solo play. That's something that was blowing in my head. I'm curious. I really want to know what this is going to be like, because Trini's stuff is all about playing multiple cards as fast as she can. She's a speedster. She's more up and in your face, quick hits, but now she's in this giant bulky tank. What does that mean for her attacks? Can't wait to find out. So I wanted to get this right before I move forward. Within the Arsenal set, there are 3 new Rangers, Izzy, Tyler, and Trini, each of them having their 10-card deck as per normal. Void Knight is a Nemesis-style enemy, so he'll have his cards and whatnot. And then 20 Arsenal cards, all unique. So that's 20 different cards that play into the Arsenal mechanic that they're starting to build out with this set. Now, before we go into any of that, let's just talk about Tyler. No Arsenal cards were shown off for Dino Charge, only Dino Fury right now, but that doesn't mean that nothing's going to be shown off later. Tyler Navarro, it's about to get wild. He's crazy in this show, for sure. Once per battle at the start of any ranger turn, any ranger may draw 2 cards. If they do, add 2 dice to the next attack that ranger performs this battle. So it's pretty simple along that way. He is a Red Ranger. Red Rangers add dice to their attack. Simple, easy, to the point. We know how this is going. It's this next card that is interesting because, again, it's something new for the series, for the game at least, that we haven't seen before. Or maybe it does. I don't quite remember. To my knowledge, this is the first time I've ever seen something like this, but I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comments below. Final Strike, which is his general finisher move that he would use in the show. 0 cost, 2 dice attack. If you have already used your once per battle ability during this battle, add 1 die to this attack. Now, I think I'm thinking of Dino Charge Purple, which we got in a previous set, where if you can recharge a once per battle ability. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. So it looks like the Dino Charge Rangers are pretty much going to have the ability to recharge your once per battle skill to be able to use it multiple times within a battle, which in all honesty, that's a game changer for a lot of characters out there. If you're able to redo stuff again and again and again, that is fantastic. And of course, using it at least once then continues to power yourself up, charging up your attacks and everything. It's really the only reason I wanted to show off this particular card from Tyler. All the rest of them are pretty standard. They're pretty easy to understand. And, you know, you can see how they're going to be working with each other. But this one right here about just playing into the once per battle abilities, kind of like Kendall, I think it was, is her name from Dino Charge, Purple Plesiosaur Ranger. It's really cool, and it makes me excited for what they may have in plan for the Dino Charge coming soon. I want Jungle Fury to be next. I really want Jungle Fury to be next, but I feel Dino Charge and Dino Fury are on deck for the next teams to be released. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. I don't mean to have a lot of questions for you guys on this one, but hey, you know, a lot of this is speculation, and I want to know what you guys think as well. Izzy Garcia, Dino Fury Green, Eye of the Tiger. Once per battle during any ranger turn, you may use this ability instead of playing a card. Perform an attack with a number of dice equal to the number of Chroma Fury, which is their symbol that you see on their chest, icons in your hand. Then shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 2 cards. So this is pretty big because, as you can see here, there are going to be some cards within her deck that have this symbol on it. And this symbol is that Chroma Fury specifically for Dino Fury cards, and it powers up the cards further. This also plays into the Arsenal deck too, which is really interesting. I'm going to show off momentarily. But I also wanted to show off Chroma Fury Saber because not only does it have 2 of those powers, which would play really well into her ability, but it's a 0 cost 3 damage? Is that right? Are we correct here? Am I just spending 0 to do 3 damage? Now, I'm then getting rid of this card, and I'm losing these 2 Chroma Fury symbols from my hand, used to power up other things. But that's crazy. I guess I get the balance there between the 2. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? But still, like, this is why I think Dino Fury and Dino Charge are on deck for the next sets that are going to be coming out after these, because this is a big setup for new mechanics that these are testing out. And then I could see Renegade and all the playtesters and Jonathan Ying out there being like, all right, the crowd or the fans are really getting into it. Let's see what we can go further with it. And lastly, we're going to be taking a look at the Arsenal cards that have been released already, or at least shown off. Muscle Dino Key, reaction, play this card when any ranger performs an attack, add 1 die to the attack. And if you notice down here on the bottom, any Dino Fury Ranger, so that means it's a swap like that, even though it shows Izzy on here, it's any Dino Fury Ranger, and it does give you one of those Chroma Fury abilities. And then Sprint Dino Key, play this card at the start of a battle. Rangers may ignore the fast keyword to take the first turn in battle, something that you would play immediately. But at the same time, there are cards in Izzy deck that say if you reveal, you would have to discard something with a Chroma Fury symbol on it. So if it's later in the battle and this happens to be in your hand, it's still a useful card. You can toss it and then power up something else. And again, these Arsenal cards are all unique. This is only 2 that they're showing off. There's still 18 more of these cards within the Arsenal set, which I'm sure they're going to be revealing over the next few weeks or whatever like that. I can't wait to see what they all do. I can't wait to see how they all would play together. I don't think they're all going to feature Izzy as a character. I would assume 10 would be Dino Fury and 10 would be Dino Charge. Maybe then I could put him in. I mean, right now we have 3 for Dino Charge. Tyler, Kendall, and then of course, the Dark Ranger. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I could see a lot of this being really awesome. I just want to know more. I just want to know more. I can't wait to see more, and I can't wait to really hear more from Renegade about how exactly this arsenal mechanic is going to work. Again, I feel like it's very similar to the Forever Red, where it's a swap for swap deck construction type deal, where you take out cards of corresponding shields and replace them with basically the arsenal card set. It's going to be very weird for sleeving at that point, because the cards are going to have to come in and out all the time, but hey, who knows what it's going to be? I'm excited. I hope you're excited. There you have it, everybody. Some of the new things that are coming out for Power Rangers RPM and the Power Rangers Arsenal set for Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. Again, if you pre-order both of these at the same time, you not only get your metal coin, but you also get a Forever Red set of cards, which are 10 cards that you can swap out for any Red Ranger at all, and just really having the next level for game customization. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me as we went over a lot of these cards. Let me know what you think of them down in the comment section below. What are you excited for? What are you looking forward to most? What that has been revealed are you excited for as well? I can't wait to hear all about this and then see them for myself as they get released. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Definitely expect more RPM stuff to come in the future. What's up, buddy? I got my little one right here, my middle one, number 2 of sorts. Say hi. Hi. Yeah, hi. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you again so much. I'm going to be having so much Power Ranger stuff coming in the future, covering these things a lot more in detail. So to be sure that you don't miss that, make sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. Share this video, give it a like, put on down your comments, all kinds of great stuff, all amazingly appreciated. And of course, if you have not picked up this set yet, be sure to hit those links down in the description below or any other things along that ways in order to get them added to your set. I just want to take this quick time to do a special shout out to my Patreons and members for the Home Gamer Dad, Chris Campilano, Dave Scott, Techno Monk, and Beowulf Andrenor, I believe is how you pronounce that last name. Guys, thank you so much for all that you do in supporting this channel. If you're out there wishing to support the channel even further, you can check out how to do that down in the description below. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We are family forever, gaming together. Until these are released or new stuff has been shown off, you guys have a good one, and we will see you later. You want to say bye-bye? Yeah, good stuff. All right. Later, guys.